limited by self-imposed restraints for what it means to be social. We already are blocked by our language structure. Each of us with an original language is predicated on how pronouns and negatives are structured in that particular language. How French is different than German and German different than English. We're structured by the positions of the vowels and the consonants in the mouth. How you see a French person speaks differently than an English person. How the vowels move in the mouth, and maybe that's why they like filet mignon or artichoke. You see? So you don't really know these things. And these things structure an entire country and consciousness. And we're all screwed if we went to school learning the history of the particular country that you're in. 1492, 1776. All of a sudden, these are more than numbers. These are social and hierarchical developments within the structure of the world. And then we come to our relationships to the self. How these juxtaposed relationships to the self have been fostered on us by society in general. Are we here to expand our consciousness within this 6-foot structure of flesh? Or are we here just to pass time, pay income tax, be a solid citizen, ride your bike in the bike lane? Something that I've been saying for the past couple of days just in conversation. See, I think time works the other way. I think time was much better before. And it's going to bad. In other words, I remember Greenwich Village in the 50s. And quite frankly, it was 10 times better in the 30s. Who wouldn't want to be in Paris with Henry Miller in the 30s? It's a lot different in Paris now, having to watch your back for terrorists. It was a completely different world. Look what they did to Times Square. Look what they did to everything. So people, we're under the assumption that time is progressing. That this is the forward movement. The answer is no. We were the original movements back 100 years ago, and things have gotten worse. And they've got us fooled with the technology stuff. And how we give all our information here for free on the internet. Instead of being paid for our using it and watching it. If it wasn't for our product, they wouldn't be making money. But that's the way it is. And people have accepted all this. And that's why there's a general unhappiness and unfulfillment and the uncola and the I was ruined the day I went to school. Had to sit in those classrooms. raise my hand. I knew it. What could I do? What could a 5-year-old do against the world? And so it takes a lifetime to build up enough resistance to be able to see it and understand it in all its dimensions. And then, when do you think you get that confidence and information? You get it at 70 years old. And then it's too late. So you pass the information on, but the people who are young want to be part of this, traveling and restaurants and oh, could I have a little crushed pepper on my oh yes, and a little grated cheese on my spaghetti. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for grating it for me. Fresh Parmesan. And then sipping the Bordeaux. 2003 was a very good year, but I prefer 2005. See, the social has led to a level, and so now I'm just going to tell you what's into me today. Not what I'm into, but what's into me today. How being a Nazir is only a lead to be something else. But thinking it was an end in itself. I was expanding on certain things. It wasn't Nazaruth. Thinking, trying to find it in that. No. It's only what it leads to. So everything is what it leads to. Like a leading chord in jazz. You see? Everything is what it leads to. The day is what it leads to. This video is what it leads to. It's beautiful in the moment, it's full in the moment, but it's what it leads to. And I hope that you find what your present moment leads to for you. The fullness of the present moment. And what you're doing in that present moment that leads to a follow-through, a follow-up. And that's a very deep concept.